Hi folks, this is Dave with Off Leash Canine Training in Winston-Salem. And this little sweet thing right here is Scout. Scout is a beautiful, beautiful Australian Shepherd. One of the prettiest Aussies I've ever seen. Beautiful coat, beautiful eyes. She's about 2.5 years old. Scout's mom is a travel nurse. So that means her mom is kind of hopping up every few months and moving to a new location, to a new work site. So Scout's having to move around too. So also being a nurse, she has to work long hours, a lot of times overnight, 12-hour shifts and stuff. So that can put a lot of challenges on owning a dog, a lot of challenges on the dog too. So one of the things you're going to want, of course, is if you're going to be out of your house or apartment for a long time with the dog there, for the dog's safety, it's best if they can be crate trained. Well, she wasn't digging the crate so much, didn't like the idea very much, and so we wanted to show her how crate was a good place and it could be really good for her and she could like it there. So getting her really comfortable with the crate was one priority. A second one was, since she has to spend a lot of long hours away from Scout, and she just adores her Aussie here, as of course she would, sweet little thing, she wanted to spend a lot of quality time with Scout when she was home from work. So she wanted to take her places, take her out to the park, let her run around in open areas and stuff. And of course, to do that safely with the dog has to have just basically perfect recall. Well, Scout's recall was a little questionable. Wasn't so great about coming when she was called, especially if she was distracted by something. So we wanted to get that down. We wanted to get her to hold her commands perfectly. She knew a few commands. She knew a little bit of sit and stuff like that, some little tricks. But in terms of like holding them consistently until she's released, that was not a thing in Scout's wheelhouse right there. So we wanted Scout to be able to do that for her own security. Plus, we also wanted Scout to maybe have a couple of advanced commands. When you got a dog who likes to run around and you're a little bit concerned about her just kind of bolting sometimes when she gets super excited, one command that's advanced one, a little hard to teach, but sometimes a lot of dogs can do it, is sit in motion. And so what that is even if you don't necessarily are trying to get Scout to come to you and recall to you and sit, if she's out running around and you need her to suddenly, for an emergency, hit the brakes and stop right where she is, yelling sit and giving the motion and having her actually stop in mid-stride and sit right wherever she is. That's a tough one, but a lot of dogs can do it. Aussies are really smart. Another one that's even more advanced, and this also is good for if you have a dog who you're really concerned about getting them secured and staying with you when they're running around, is not just come and sit, but something called come to through, which is where the dog actually comes to you. Instead of sitting right in front of you, it actually loops around and goes between your legs and sits down facing forward between your knees and looking up at you. And that's a very secure way to really hold your dog in a recall when there's any kind of threatening or you know, just not quite safe, or any kind of situation that you want to really get your dog secured right to you right there, no questions asked. So again, very advanced command, but we wanted to see if we can get that working for Scout. Also get rid of a little bit of her stresses. She's got a couple of things she likes to do in the house and apartment that aren't quite the right thing. Gets a little upset at vacuum cleaner, gets a little upset at the blender. She also likes to counter surf a little bit, so we want to break her of all those habits. This is a really, really smart, really sweet dog. So we had high hopes that we could get just about all that accomplished with Scout. So let's see how we did. Get you a little look in the video of Scout before we started training her, and then a little look at how we've done since then, okay? Hope you enjoy that. Say bye, Scout. You good girl.